get this show started!
In today's news, we get a bizarre 2 vs 2 fight. Sean Strickland spars pro undefeated boxer Robin Safar. GameBred Boxing 4 results. Reactions to Anthony Pettis' shocking win over Roy Jones Jr. Reactions to Jose Aldo vs Jeremy Stephens. Logan Paul reveals Nate Diaz turned down a boxing match against him. And Jose Aldo loses it on Conor McGregor. Fight Circus 6 took place Saturday night on Fight, and in the main event, former UFC champion Quentin Rampage Jackson teamed up with Bobb Sapp for a Siamese boxing match against promoter John Nutt and his partner Woody. As expected, the bout was completely chaotic, with Rampage and Sapp swarming early as their opponents offered little offense. The fight was stopped in the third round after Rampage and Sapp landed a third knockdown. Sean Strickland has posted new sparring footage of him going against pro boxer Robin Safar, who has a record of 15 wins and 0 losses.
Strickland, this dude, I'm sparring with my boy here. He's a freaking dog.
I got my daily dose of brain damage. I hate boxing. Nah, this guy, next big thing, he's savage, man. I always tell my people in my gym, I'm gonna go box. They look at me like, you're gonna go box. I'm like, you motherfuckers, none of you guys will come last fucking 12 rounds with this guy. No. He's a savage, dude. Oh my God.
I appreciate you.
GameBred Boxing 4 took place Saturday night, and in the main event, former UFC champion Anthony Pettis faced boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. After 24 minutes of action, the judges scored the fight 76-76, 77-75, and 78-74 in favor of Pettis. Here are some reactions from the MMA community. Mike Pierce tweeted, "Man, Roy Jones Jr. still has some speed at his age." Platinum Mike Perry said, "In my opinion, these guys didn't look like they were trying to knock each other out tonight in most of the fights." Adam Martin said, "Wow, Anthony Pettis just beat Roy Jones Jr. by majority decision in his pro boxing debut." Josh Evanoff, "I don't know about that decision, but hey, good for Anthony Pettis." Melky Kawa tweeted, "So, what do you guys think about Anthony Pettis' boxing skills? 1-0, baby." Damon Martin, "I scored the fight for Roy Jones Jr., but ultimately his inactivity just came back to bite him with the judges, and to Pettis' credit, he was coming after him round after round with far more volume." In the co-main event, Jose Aldo boxed fellow longtime UFC fighter Jeremy Stephens. After 6 back-and-forth action-packed rounds, the fight ended in a majority draw, with one judge scoring the bout 58-56 for Aldo, and 2 judges agreeing on 57-57 scores. Here are some reactions from fighters. Michael Bisping tweeted, "Well done to Jeremy Stephens and Jose Aldo, great fight." Conor McGregor said, "Me and Aldo should box." To which Masvidal replied, "Let's make it happen." McGregor replied, "Me and who the f is that guy should box." Platinum Mike Perry said, "Boxers be lucky it ain't bare knuckle JS." Bilal Muhammad, "Man, I don't know, that was a close one. I got Aldo." Dan Ige replied to Bilal saying same. Former UFC champion Vitor Belfort also competed on the main card against fellow UFC veteran Ronald Souza. Belfort won the fight via unanimous decision. Logan Paul wants to fight Nate Diaz in boxing. In a recent interview with Ariel Helwani for BT Sport, Logan revealed that he was in deep talks to face Diaz, but ultimately Nate turned down a boxing match against him. He said, "My next fight was Nate Diaz. I thought I had something locked in. But apparently, he said the fight was off. Like, why? Why? So he could fight someone else? For what purpose? To get less buys and maybe an easier fight? I don't get it. As far as I know, it's not dead because we had to offer him more money. It's like we're baiting this guy into fighting me. It's hard for me to get a fight because either you're not worth my time and energy, or you're not going to sell pay-per-views. I'll do it, but I need a dance partner, and I don't need a tune-up fight. Give me the real dogs. Nate Diaz is a dog. I was looking forward to that fight. Then I got the call the other day and they said they didn't want to do it. They wanted a different fight. It was almost done. I don't know. Jose Aldo is not happy with Conor McGregor's recent comments. Aldo is usually a calm and collected character, but when it comes to his old rival Conor McGregor, the Brazilian can become uncharacteristically fiery. This was because earlier McGregor had taken to Twitter to suggest that he ought to take on Aldo in a boxing match, despite the fact that he has a fight against Michael Chandler scheduled for the Octagon in the near future. Speaking to media during GAMEBRED 4 post-fight press conference, Aldo didn't mince his words, claiming that the Irishman should shut his mouth. He said, "Conor has a big mouth, he always talks a lot of shit. He has a scheduled fight. Conor, shut your mouth. We were supposed to fight before in the UFC. You run it and now you still talk shit?" Soon after, McGregor replied saying, "Well, okay then. Whatever, lad, I was only trying to be nice. Who pissed in your acai?" Here are the top 3 funniest memes we found on the internet today. Third place was found over Twitter and was posted by a user named DoveySimuMMA. Second place was found over Reddit and was posted by a user named PhonoManu101. And our top pick was found over Reddit and was posted by a user named CapitalCow7992. We appreciate you watching. If you feel today's news was pretty cool, consider smashing that like button. Cheers.